Hey yo, chat. We gonna do. Need to make sure my audio working, yo. Alright, we good. Alright, chat. I feel like I'm always sick when I stream. I currently have bronchitis, so excuse my sniffle. I've been trying to stream this game for like a fucking month. I haven't had a headset, so I've been fighting with myself trying to wait, because I've wanted to commentate this game. Um, This is one of the greatest series of all time. I know I say that about a lot of the series that we play, but this is another one of the greatest series of all time, truly. It was discontinued, sadly. This game does more than most games. This game deserves a continuation for one and a remaster of every single game, from Blood Omen all the way to Defiance. They should remaster every game, re-release them, and continue the story with a new game, because this is one of the greatest games of all time. Alright, the voice acting, the writing, the everything about this fucking game is beautiful. Alright. Another thing cool about this game before we start too is there's a toggle on this game. It's like there's a button I can press. It's R3 where it switches between old graphics and the new updated graphics. So you can see like the difference in graphics based on, what they've done to it. So I will be switching the graphics back and forth to show like the difference in different things, how things look, how things are built, the features of certain animals, certain enemies and shit. So, but yeah, it's a cool ass game, bro. We finna get into it. As you can see already, this shit's lit. Like, this is one of the coolest little shits ever, bro. Like, an old game, old but gold. I think it came out in '98. I could be wrong, but I think this game came out in '98 originally. It was way ahead of its time. Um, it's a little bit different than what we're used to playing. It's a puzzle game or a platformer, whatever you want to call it. So it's not like our normal like Resident Evil puzzles and stuff. This is like block puzzles, and you got to think. You see what I'm saying? Like this is one of the hardest games I think I've ever played. I beat the game through without cheating. I did not cheat at all. I figured this shit out my fucking self. And it was one of the worst things I've ever done. Like, this game is so fucking hard. So, let's get into it.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony.
Ripped his shit out his back.
There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. Raziel was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Badass chat.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my Soulreaver, my angel of death.
Alright, so now we have control of Raziel. Fight, jump, fly with your wings. Crawl, sneak around, and of course, you can feed. So, this is how he looks now, with the new graphics in the remaster. But back in the day, he looked like this. See what I'm saying? This is him now. I love how they kept the background somewhat similar too, like they didn't change too much about the back. Like this is now, and this is the old one. Like you can tell, like by the face on the pillar. Like they've added better textures and they've redefined how everything looks, but it's pretty much the same game, same room, same everything. And there is a big long backstory to this game too. Like there's a whole story to the legacy of Kain, and we'll get into that later on, but right now I'm just focused on this game and Soulreaver 2. As soon as they remaster Defiance and I can get Defiance, we'll play the whole thing.
These gates twist space, laying a path across great spans.
Alright, warp gates. So, these gates allow us to travel back to places faster than getting to them by foot. Because when you stop playing this game and return to the game, you'll always start in the room. Like the room we just started in is where you'll always start when you come back to the game, when you save and leave. So you can come to the warp gate and you can pick the symbol of where you want to go, and you can walk through the gate and get there. Now, of course, you can't go nowhere right now, but later on these will be unlocked, and we can use them to get where we want to go.
Before this portal will be open to you.
I know. Rest in peace, Tony J. He's the voice of the Elder God, the guy that keeps talking to us and everything, that told us we were worthy. Rest in peace to him, because he delivered one of the most masterful voice characters ever. Absolutely beautiful work, for real.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
Yep, so name of the game, Soulreaver. So, you see our life at the bottom right corner. Here's the thing about dying in this game. When you die, you don't actually die. You just come back to the spirit realm. And you'll see what I mean by that in just a few minutes. But, if you die in the material realm, and then you come back to spectral, and then you die again here, the only thing that happens is you go back to the beginning room. You don't actually die. You can't, like, really die in this game. But that doesn't really matter, because the puzzles, fuck that. Like, you'll see. This game is bullshit. So, especially back in the day. See, back in the day, there was no, even if you wanted to cheat, you couldn't. There was no looking up anything. There was none of that. It was just you in the fucking game. That's it. You had to figure it out, and most people didn't. I'll tell you this. I've played a lot of games in my life. I'm good with puzzles. I'm smart, you know. Bruh, this game is one of the hardest shits I've ever beaten. I made it a point to beat it too by myself, and I'm telling you right now, this is some bullshit. Especially the ending sequence. It's a whole big ass puzzle.
Ruined are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Yep. So we can fly, obviously. Our wings are fucked because Kain ripped them out of our back. But we can still somewhat use them. Now, I'm gonna be switching between graphics on this next part so you can see the difference between the enemies and shit. So,
what scabrous wretches are these?
Shua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
okay, well that didn't go well. Anyway, you see how they look now? This is how they look back in the day. And these are the weakest enemies you encounter. Easy to kill. And then you just reap them up. Get over here. Run now. I want to sucker punch a motherfucker. So yeah. In this game, you want to be able to look up. So if you hold R2, it allows you to look and search in rooms, because you're going to have to do a lot of that. If you don't, you'll be running around looking for where to go, and it'll be right up there. So, absolutely great game, truly. So, when I said the spectral material realm, right? Raziel.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms.
Right.
With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
Okay, so basically, we can shift between realms. A good way to look at it is you can go back from being dead to being alive. So right now we're dead, right?
Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve.
Alright, so while we're alive, we're constantly dying, like we're losing health slowly, so to speak. So, a couple things that is important to note about spectral material. When you're alive, you have weight. Water is water. You know what I'm saying? Like you can open doors, you can hold stuff. When you're in the spectral realm and you're dead, you can't hold anything. You're weightless. Water is like air. Like everything's different. So also, we can return to the spirit world at any point in time, no matter where we are. Boom. But we can only go into the real world and be alive if we have a portal and full health. Boom. So, it's also important to note that the things around you change based on if you're alive or dead. So like how these pillars are like way up there and everything, when we go alive, you see they'll shrink. And now everything's different. These are paths here, like this is a climbable wall. There's a little gate back there. And we gain abilities that allow us to go to different places throughout the game. And we'll have to come back and go to different places we've already been. And all kind of stuff. I'm going to take us and find as many secrets as I know where they are. I don't know where everything is. But we're going to go to every secret place I know of.
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
Okay. So, obviously, we were a vampire before this happened to us, so if we touch water, we die. Well, return to the spectral realm anyway.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood?
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
Alright. So, I'm gonna jump across and go whoop their ass.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting.
The difference
Vampires
in
in mortal
graphics
flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved.
the difference in graphics
Vampires need only fear those
features
wounds that
is
pale
crazy.
or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Alright, so basically we can't just outright kill these dudes with our fists. We have to whoop their ass and then do something to them, like this.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
Okay. And like you said, you can throw them on spikes, throw them in sunlight, water. Like for example, we'll throw them on the spike. So, as I was saying, we gotta go up there. So if you didn't know any better, you just ran in here and you're like running around like, what the fuck do I do? You might never know that's there. But if you look, boom, you can look around, figure out what to do. So this is our first block puzzle.
Surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
Yep. So we can do all kind of shit. I just flipped that block. We're not supposed to know how to do that yet, but I do. So there's a lot of block puzzles in this game. You can push them, flip them, move them, whatever you want to do, based on how they need to be. And you see I'm just pushing it, but really you can grab it too. Move it where you want it. I just find it faster to just push the block. Cool. So yeah, you see. Things don't start getting seriously crazy and hectic until we get to like the first actual area.
My God! The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How how humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
So the world we are in, you just heard him say, is called Nosgoth. And the pillars of Nosgoth are like, they're like the life force of the world that we're in. So there's a whole long story, like I said, and we'll get into that when we can get the whole game. But basically, Kain was supposed to murder himself to restore balance as the balance guardian, and he wouldn't kill himself because he was the last of his kind, and that threw the world into a bunch of bullshit. So anyway, as you can see too, there's other weapons. You can grab stuff off the wall like these spears, and then torches, even the rocks. You can throw rocks, but you can throw them in the fire. There's all kind of stuff you can do to them. But I find it easiest if you can get them at a distance and chuck it. That's the best way to kill them. Another cool mechanic is these guys are vampires. So when you impale him, if you try to take your spear back before you reave his soul, well, he didn't do it because his soul disappeared. Oh, here he is. Yep, they'll come back alive. So you have to reave their soul and actually take them out before you pick your weapon back up. And I thought that was a pretty cool little touch. This is truly a great game. Especially for the time, like I said, 98 I think. This game was way ahead of its time. I've never actually played Blood Omen 1 and Blood Omen 2, which is like the first two games of the series. I think Blood Omen 2 came right after Blood Omen 1. I don't think this came before that. So now we've unlocked a warp gate, so we'll be able to come back here in the future. But yeah, there's a lot to unravel in this game for real, like, especially story-wise. But this game's really hard. I know people struggle with this game, and some people do just want to say fuck it and beat the game. So, we'll do this playthrough for the people. If you just follow where I go, and you don't know where to go, or you're stuck on a part, just follow where I'm going.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Alright. So we gotta go this way first. You don't have to necessarily fight all these guys, you can run past a lot of them. But I try to stay at full health as much as I can, especially later on. I'm not going to say why because it'll spoil it, but you want to try to remain at full health as much as possible.
this world like excrement from a boot, I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
So Raziel and his vampire brothers had different clans, and this was his clan territory before he got murdered by them. You gotta take in mind, it's been a century since he died. So shit's different, everything's different. Another warp gate. Come back here later on. And yes, if you don't walk onto the warp gate and trigger the little cutscene like that, then it won't register and you won't be able to use it. I figured that out the hard way. Watch this guy, because he will get you. By trying to sneak somebody. I'm gonna run by what most people like to call the toilet. Right here. It is not a toilet, but most people think it's a toilet. And we'll actually be back to the toilet way later on in the game, because we'll need it. But that ain't till way later, so don't forget about the toilet.
No! Please!
See how different the dude looks?
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was
Them
vampiric.
too.
They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Oh, that didn't kill him? Give me a rock. I'll put a rock, dude. Hey! Rock buddy. Oh, hey! Throw your shit. The easiest way to kill him at this point in the game is definitely the spear. You could also throw torches at them from a distance and it'll immediately set them on fire, but I prefer the spear myself. So, we're gonna come across this guy. This is a human being. Okay, this guy's a human. Now, you can kill him if you want, but if you don't kill him, you actually get a secret later on. It'll actually help us if we leave him be, so don't touch him.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
We get this one. This is one of the coolest spears in the game, I think. Block puzzle. Okay, so we're gonna look. Hey, where you come from, buddy? Get away from me. Ugly buddy, demon buddy for my stuff back. Anyway, we're gonna take a gander, and boom, that's where we go. See, these parts like this are really simple. Here in just a few, we're gonna start to get to the bullshit. Alright. Some of you already know what I'm talking about.
My brother Melchiah was made last. and therefore received the
see,
poorest portion of Kain's
even
gift.
in the old graphics, it don't look much
Although
different.
immortal, his
I
soul
like how
could
they've
not
kept the
sustain
environment
flesh,
the
which
same.
retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
These guys are pretty goofy. If you just stand on the other side of the sunlight, they'll run into it. Or really, you can just run by them. This just leads back down. Both ways down there lead to the same place, which is here. So you come up one of the sides, and then you just go through that little door right there. Run down the stairs with a weird camera angle. And we'll come across another warp gate. You also have the map. If you press L1, you have a map, and it's not really like a map like that shows you where you are relative to things, but it shows you where all the different little areas are and what symbols you need to get back to certain areas. So there is that. Back in the day, there was no map or nothing like that. There was no compass either. The compass in the top left corner, you didn't have a compass. So shit was a lot harder back then. It's that long range shit. A sniper with the spear. Get my stuff back. Alright, so here's where the bullshit starts, okay? Once you get here, this is where some shit starts to happen. Shift to the spectral realm to reveal hidden paths. Okay, so, I explained that earlier, that shit changes in the environment based on being dead or alive. So you see this little shit right here? Watch when I go into the spirit world. Right.
Beware, Raziel. These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Yeah, those guys are assholes. So anyway, you want to get to full health before you climb up the little steps and shit. Because you're going to have to go back alive. Try not to get hit by him because he's an asshole, like I said. Anyway, now that we're dead, we can go up these little steps. Go back alive here. And those guys that we just encountered, they're not in the material realm, just the spectral realm. Also remember, you have to be in the material realm alive to move blocks and stuff, otherwise you can't hold or move anything. So, damn it. You wanna move this block over there? I'm gonna have to pick him up like I did with that one earlier. Like this. Push him in the little slot right there. Just like this. Alright, so now that don't seem that bad. Let me tell you something. It took me 3 fucking days to figure this part out, okay? So you come into this little room, right, and you look around. You got some little shits and, yeah. So, obviously you probably can jump up there. So what you gotta do is jump up there, alright, alive. You have to be alive. Jump up there and jump on one of these 2 motherfuckers, alright? We're gonna do this one. Yeah, that part right there took me 3 fucking days to figure that out, so check it out. We do that and come down here, get this block. We gotta move it over there. guys are gonna want to fuck us up. So, rule of thumb: if you're fighting two people in a small enclosed area and you try to reave one's soul, the other one's probably gonna attack you, right? And it's not gonna let you. So what I like to do, which makes it a little easier, is I fuck one up. And then I'll jump on the block, or I'll jump on something so he can't get to me. And then you reave it up and get back down to the fight. Right. Now, back to the block. We're just gonna move. Where did you come from? Damn. Ugly buddy trying to take me out for real. Anyway. I'm gonna push the block across all the way over there. And pick that hoe up. I know there's some shit though. Stay with me now. There's some shit here, alright? Boom, right? That'll open this door and let us go back out there. Now we got both gates open, the one on the bottom and the one on the top. Now obviously, we're gonna have to go back dead in order to get back up there. Full health. Boom. Alright. So now, you can come back alive at this part, but do not stay fucking dead. And I'm finna explain why. You come back to this part where you jumped on the little thing. I want no smoke with him. If you're dead, you don't weigh anything, so when you jump on this, it's not going to go back down. Whereas if you're alive and you try to do this shit, it's going to weigh itself back down and you're going to have to do the whole process over again. Which is some bullshit. So. But now we have to come back alive, so kill this asshole. Go back alive. So, here you see we have 2 blocks. And now they have shapes on them. Look in here, boom, you see a shape. What do you think we're supposed to do? And these blocks are on top of each other, so there's that. So you want to take it over to the platform, jump up there, push this block off. Boom. Push this block in. Boom. Now you see, it's in there lined up with the shape of the block. This other one's the same way. But this block is facing a different direction. So what do? We gotta flip the bitch. Boom. Flip him again. Boom. Flip him again. Boom. Now you see the pattern again. It has to be just like it shows. If not, this shit will not work. Bang, just like that. And these are some of the easier puzzles that we finna run into. I'm telling you, this shit right here took me 3 days. Literally 3 days to figure out, just to jump on that shit. So yeah. Whole reason I'm making this playthrough is because I know this game is bullshit. So here we have a block. Now, we gotta push this block down. Jump down with that mug, okay? Now we came by here earlier. If you remember, we jumped across there and through the long range through the spirit buddy over there. And there was this block over here, but I didn't stop here to explain. If you look, like I said, use your looking mechanic like this, and you'll see that you want to go up there. But if you was to try to just use this one block, you would not be able to jump high enough to get up there. So that's where that block comes in. We had to find our way up there to push this block down so we have enough space, or enough height. Now at first you don't know that, you just find this shit and you're like, what the hell? But don't worry, Poppy Pharaoh is here. So, we gonna pull this whole bag. You know this little motherfucker strong as hell. You see how big this block is right now? What, he just moving that shit? Hell no. I want no smoke. Boom. Don't touch the water. Not yet. We will have to come back and go down there. But we can't yet because we need a certain ability before we can do anything. Which we'll get soon. Because we'll encounter boss fights. And when you kill bosses you gain certain abilities from them. Like I said, we'll have to return to different areas that we've already been to with different abilities in order to access different places, which is really, really cool. In the essence, that's the essence of this game, honestly. So, here we have the floor puzzle. I'll find this little lever in this lift. We want to go up this lift. Cool. Go down the lift anyway. Around. Don't worry about them guys, let them eat their food. We got stuff to do. Alright, so first you want to bend this left when you come out the door. Flip this little switch right here. That'll push the gear out. You want to run around. You'll see this little crank over here. You want to crank that crank. That'll get it to start spinning. And what this does is when we get back up the lift to where that lever was, when we pulled that lever, it's going to drop the floor a level. And I don't want this no more. Give me the pipe. I just want a straight pipe out the wall. As rugged as it gets, you just rip a pipe out the wall and get to swinging. Go back up the lift. Press the lever. Boom. We need to drop the floor just a couple more levels and then we'll get to Melchiah, the first boss fight. What a badass name for such a weak ass boss. Melchiah. So if you'll come down, you'll find this block in the wall. If you'll pull this block out and then just walk right to this corner, this is where you're supposed to go. This shit is another little place that took me a minute to figure out because I could not figure out for the life of me that I had to go over there and that this was a path. You can also tell based on the scratches on the wall right there. If you just look for that, that'll tell you where you need to go. It's bullshit. This is just a straight trick. You just follow the path. So when we first fall down here, you can go straight across. And this is where we're trying to go. We can't go here yet because we gotta open the gate. But this is where the boss fight is. This is where we're trying to get to. So, you'll run, you'll fall down here. What you want to do is you want to jump up, climb to the top of this, and you'll find these fire blocks, right? You want to push them bitches under these wood posts, which are holding the floor up. Just like that. You'll burn the post. just go in a circle. As you can see, we're dying. There's a little blue loop going around Raziel, and what that is that's your warning that your health's getting low. Which is perfectly okay. We'll be alright. We're just gonna burn these posts. I'm gonna skip the little burning cutscenes. All this shows is it's the same thing every time. It's just burning the post down. Until the last one anyway, when the floor drops. Just go in a circle and just keep moving them until you get to the last one. Then you'll see, boom, the floor drops. Now, don't deviate from the blocks, we still need these. Not only are these fire blocks for burning wood posts, these actually also act as weights. So, as you can see, there's a certain track you can push them along. You can't just push the blocks wherever. But what you want to do is you want to take them and you want to put them in these notches you see in the floor, like that. Just do that with every fire block. Hear it click in, that click click. You can hear them click in. 9 times out of 10, if you hear that noise in a block puzzle, you're doing something right. Like, that's where it's supposed to be. One more. Weigh the floor down. So now the gate's open. You jump down, you run down here, and the gate to Melchiah should be open. And now we're going to encounter our first boss fight.
Show yourself, creature.
Do you not recognize me, brother? Am I so changed?
Melchiah?
Yes, brother. You should have stayed where the master sent you, Raziel.
His ass was crazy looking in the old game.
Less pleasant than you remember.
Crazy looking in this game too, though.
Answer me, little brother, or I will beat an answer from your horrid lips.
Everyone is afraid, sibling. You awake to a world
Very, very defined and has a lot of, like, what's the word? There's a lot of detail in the new game compared to the old game. Like, back in the day, this was very good. But now, like, the skulls and hands and feet on his hands and everything, it's just very, very apparent, you know?
Enough riddles. What are you saying?
You are the last to die.
Alright, so, with this being a puzzle game, 9 times out of 10, you don't use brute force to kill bosses, or really any enemy. As you can see, when you hit him, he gonna laugh at you. So, you're gonna see these gates, and they have openings at the top, like right here. Jump in there. Damn it. Damn it. Jump in there. You're gonna come to the lever and open it. Let him walk under the gate. Drop it on his ass. Just like that. Come down and lead him to the other one. If you can't get his attention, just walk up, take a swing at him or some shit. He'll start following you again. Same thing over here. Hold the lever. Might get lost along the way a little bit. You just go up to the gate. Drop it on his eye. The gates will break after you drop them on him. Alright. So now, I don't know if you've seen, but he can phase through things. Like he'll go like that. He can phase through gates and different things. So we want to get him to phase into here. Then we want to go over to this crank and crank it before he leaves. And the boss fight is officially done. Cooked to shit.
Where can I find Kain?
The master is beyond your reach, Raziel. He makes himself known when he sees fit, not when commanded.
I don't see how the fuck he said that after he got turned into hamburger meat, but he did. Yes, sir. We got a new ability.
You have done well, Raziel.
Am I reduced to this? A ghoul? A fratricide?
Elevated, Raziel, not reduced. Consuming Melchiah's soul has endowed you with a new gift. Insubstantial barriers such as these are no impediment to you in the spectral realm. Will yourself to pass through, and you shall.
Okay. So just like Melchiah, we can now phase through certain gates and doors. But we have to be dead. We have to be in the spectral realm. So, we'll go spectral. You see this gate here? We're going to T-pose right through it. Boom. T-pose for the victory. And as I said, when you get new abilities, you have to go back to places you've been before and unlock new secrets. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find our way back where we came from. Just keep going straight through. Back up here, you'll find that block we pulled out earlier right here. Just wanna go ahead and get back up here. Go alive. Back down here. Also, it's important to note that if you see sunlight, a lot of the time there's a spot above you that you can get to. Not a lot of people look up in video games, so.
Return to the sanctuary of the clans, Raziel. Melchiah's soul has endowed you with the means to gain entry. Beware, however. This hollow derelict is abandoned, but not uninhabited.
Yep. Good to know. So, like I said earlier, when we got the ability we needed, we was going to actually jump in this water because we needed to. So let's do that. So we're going to get our first stamina fragment. This actually increases our health if we get enough of them.
These artifacts enhance your stamina, enabling you to prolong your material manifestation. Gather 5 to complete the emblem, and thereby augment your strength.
Yep. So we got one of those. There's another secret down here. You get different kinds of magic in this game. Like different spells, if you will. Like how I can press this, and we can use it to go dead or go into the material realm. This next spell we're fixing to get does something different. Little secret area. So we have to be alive to do this. We're going to use this portal, make sure we got full health when we come up here. And we're just going to press these pillars over. Crazy how they kept it so similar when it comes to the environment. Just made it look better. See, I know some secrets. I know a little secrets about the game.
Once acquired, these glyphs empower you with elemental lore. Each spell exacts a sacrifice of energy, however. Use them sparingly and wisely.
Yep. So now we have this spell. And what it is it's a force push, and we'll use it here real soon in just a few minutes. It's actually a really good, really effective thing to use in certain situations. But there's like, I think it's like 8 spells. I don't know where they all are, but we're gonna get as much as we can. Take these guys out so we get back to full health. One might do it. Nope. Oh, that soul will. Alright, so we're not gonna go that way because we can't do what's down there yet. I believe that's a wall. Maybe not. Yeah, it is, that's right, because there's 2 different ways to go this way. There's actually a scalable wall down one of the paths down here, but we can't climb it yet, so we're not going to quite go that far. It's down there, but we will come back and we can climb stuff. Alright, so now we're back where the block thing was. We just want to go back where we came. Now this is where the warp gate comes in handy. Now we're trying to get back to a place that was somewhat in the beginning of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the lake, which is the round symbol. Right there. You just walk forward through the gate. And now we're there. So that's how the gate works. Open the damn door. Come back down this way and we're gonna come back into the sanctuary. Yep, this area. So there's a door over here. When we first came through here, we couldn't get through there, obviously, because we couldn't phase through, but now we can go dead and get through. And we'll get another stamina enhancer. Bland take these guys out so we can get full health and go back alive again. Alright. Cool. So, this force push, right? We're fixing to use it. You see these two guys on the walkway standing in our way thinking they're finna stop somebody. We're gonna run right up on them. We're gonna use the force spell. Boom. Now both of them in the water. See how that worked? We got full health, so we don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about these guys. You just want to run around. Go ahead and go dead too, because you'll need to be. And we're fixing to confront Kain for the first time. Kain is the vampire that ripped our wings out our back. The so-and-so king of Nosgoth right now. Quote unquote. So, another boss fight, if you want to call it that. Come right here. And you'll see when we come to a door or something we can interact with, you see that little symbol at the bottom, that red symbol. Back in the day, there was none of that, so you can actually go to the options and you can turn it on old mode. So like turn the compass off, turn the hints off, turn the interaction off. This is how it was back in the day, graphics and all. So when you ran up on a door or something you could interact with, it didn't tell you that. So you didn't know until you clicked the interact button and actually used it. You had no compass, nothing. This wasn't here, you had none of this. So it was straight up just this. And you had to figure out what to do. Crazy work. But we're gonna turn all that on. Important part of the game right here, we're fixing to acquire the Soulreaver.
Kain. The Abyss has been unkind. I am your creation, Kain. Now, as before, you criticize your own work. What have you done with my clan, degenerate? You have no right. What I have made, I can also destroy, child.
Damn you, Kain! You are not God! This act of genocide is unconscionable! Conscience? You dare to speak to me of conscience? Only when you have felt the full gravity of choice should you dare question my judgment. Your lifespan is a flicker compared to the mass of doubt and regret that I have borne since Mortanius first turned me from the light. To know that the fate of the world hangs dependent on the advisedness of my every deed? Can you even begin to conceive what action you would take in my position?
I would choose integrity, Kain.
The dialogue and voice acting is
Look
top of the
around
line.
Raziel.
You don't get no
See
better.
what has become of our empire. Witness the end of an age. The clans scattered to the corners of Nosgoth. This place has outlasted its usefulness. As have you.
The Soulreaver, Kain's ancient blade, older than any of us and 1,000 times more deadly. The legends claimed that the blade was possessed and thrived by devouring the souls of its victims. For all our bravado, we knew what it meant when Kain drew the Soulreaver in anger. It meant you were dead.
And he'll disappear. We just have to run up on him wherever he appears. That access with the lightning. All you need is 3 hits, just like this. Boom.
So it unfolds, and we are a step closer to our destinies.
There she be.
I swore I saw a glint of satisfaction in Kain's eye when the Soulreaver was destroyed. I did not understand the game that Kain was playing, but I knew the finishing move.
From this moment and ever afterward, you and this blade are inextricably bound. Soulreaver and Weaver of Souls, your destinies are intertwined. By destroying the sword, you have liberated it from its corporeal prison and restored it to its true form, a raging blade, its energy unbound. No longer a physical blade, it can only manifest itself in the material realm when your strength is fully restored. Once manifest, it will sustain you.
What are you, little soul? Another of Kain's creatures come to taunt this bound spectre.
I did not intend to disturb your rest.
Rest. A body is needed for sleep. Flesh and bones are required to recline. No, child. All I may do is watch and remember, ceaselessly conscious as this wretched world's history unfurls. Ghastly past, insufferable future, are they one and the same? Am I always here?
How have you come to haunt these pillars?
Kain refused the sacrifice. The pillar of balance, corrupted to its core, stands as a monument to his blind ambition. Now these pillars serve only to bind me here, my prison and eternal home, thanks to the avarice of your master, Kain.
That bastard can claim no allegiance from me.
Then we share a common foe, Raziel. Return here when you have need. Ariel remembers what others have forgotten.
Okay, so fun fact about Ariel. Ariel is actually voiced by the same lady that plays Walter White's wife in Breaking Bad. So, Ariel is voiced by Skylar White. Anyway, as you can see now, we have the Reaver. And the Reaver is always present when we're in the spectral realm. Like, we'll always have the Reaver in the spectral realm, no matter what our health is or anything. Now, when we're alive, we can only have the Reaver when we have full health. And when we have full health, the Reaver will keep us that way. Instead of draining health slowly, constantly, we have full health and it stays there with the Reaver. But if we take a hit or take any damage of any kind, the Reaver disappears until we have full health again. It is also a key. It's not just a weapon, it's a key. And we use it for a lot of different things. Step on this platform and she'll give us a hint.
Far in the eastern mountains, a stifled titan stands in mute surrender, unwilling host to a parasitic swarm.
Word. So yeah, you just step on that little tablet and she'll give you advice. That little pedestal, that yellow pedestal, will it'll refill your health, and this blue one will give you energy to use for your spells. Anyway, we're gonna go alive. We gotta go to the cathedral now. And as you can see, this door has the Reaver on it. And the reason for that is because that's the key to open this door. Boom. So yeah, epic game, I'm telling you. Now we gotta go back dead. Now, Zephon's lair, things get a little tricky when we get to Zephon's lair. We won't do the whole area right now. We'll start it, we'll do a little bit into it. We'll call it a night on there.
Your brother Zephon's keep lies far to the east, beyond the ruins that greeted your first exit from the underworld. He and his brood have cocooned themselves in a derelict cathedral, having murdered its human guardians.
Yep. So. We'll go back alive. We gotta go back through this door right here, the way we came at first. See, there's a stamina. We're gonna go get it. There's nothing down there in that body of water, so no point in jumping down there. So we'll come back to this area. This is where we first came out at. You'll see, this is the gate I was talking about. There's the wall, and then we have this gate. This gate leads to the cathedral. Oh, we gotta be dead. So you go dead, and then go through the gate. Pretty sure there's a warp gate down here. I'm gonna go unlock it real quick. As you can see, we didn't kill that guy earlier, and now because of that, they'll worship us when they see us with the Reaver. But had we killed that human earlier, they wouldn't worship us, they'd attack us on sight. So that's why I said, don't kill them. Yep, so we got a warp gate. We can go back and go into the cathedral. And trust me, it's much better to get praised by those guys than attacked by them. They're assholes. Anyway, you see the Reaver on the door, you know what that means. Go dead. So you bend to the right and you come over here because you're gonna have to be alive to do these parts. Boom. And we're gonna come across new enemies. So you see this spider fuck right here. Yep, there goes the Reaver. So we can't even kill him fully now. Let's just go. All the way down and around, go through this door. Alright, so you want to come and you want to jump up here and get on top of this here little silo thing. We're going to jump from silo to silo. You see this little crevice in the wall. We'll jump to that. Here, turn. We gotta go up there. Go ahead and take this too since we don't have the Reaver right now. Jump across to this one. Boom. We're up here. So, spear him up. We'll jump up here. Oh shit. Just like that.
Once a testament to mankind's defiance of Kain's empire, this towering cathedral now stood derelict. The humans who worshipped here, dead for centuries. Its architects conceived this tower as a holy weapon against the vampire menace, a colossal instrument of brass and stone. The cathedral's pipes, once tuned to blast a deadly hymn, now stood silent, and these vacant spaces whistled their impotence.
Hell yeah. Anyway, so when you come down here, you're gonna have to go dead. You see all these pipes zigging and zagging through the sky? Well, when you go dead, they change position. Now, if you have problems walking up these and you fall off, if you just hold R1, you could sneak walk a little slower, or L2 and he'll crawl. That'll make walking up it a little easier. Go alive right here. Oh shit. Alright, go alive right here. I'll jump on these here platforms. Alright, so you see a door. Go ahead and run past that door. Skip the door. Come to this lever. Press it. Down will come this little thing here. You want to jump on it and lock it in place. You have to be alive to do this. Now remember, when you're dead, you're weightless. You have no weight. So, boom. Lock him in place. Keep going around and come to this door. You want to go through there. You have to go through this door and do this puzzle first, otherwise you can't do the other side. So there's no point going to the first door. Not yet. Little strategy. You can kill those guys on the other side of a fence as long as you can reach them. T-pose through. Go back alive. Now here we have a block puzzle. It's a little more complicated than the ones we've seen so far, but not really. Damn it. Jump on the block, read that soul, get the Reaver back. Oh. The Reaver makes it a lot easier to kill things than without it. Alright, so these blocks, you can see that they have shapes on them, and you just want to find the shapes of where they go flip them into place and push them in the little crevice in the wall. Like for instance this one, I just flipped it over to how it's supposed to be and it goes right here. You hear the click, boom, it's locked in place. Same thing with this one. Just wanna flip it, flip it, flip it, push it in place. This block, obviously you're gonna have to pick it up and put it in there, and when you do that, it's gonna flip it. So you want to flip this face down like this. You want to pick it up. Boom. If you do that part wrong, you're gonna have to take one of these blocks, push it all the way over here, two of them really, stand on one of the blocks, pull that out and push it back off onto the ground and reposition them again. So one more block, flip, 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 flip. Alright. Boom. The little ledge pops out so you can stand on it and hit the lever. And that's what's inside the other door, is that little ledge and lever. But you can't get to the lever until you do this part, because the ledge isn't there. Alright, so we want to back around this way from which we came. Go to this door. Flip the lever. That'll bring down this other little plate, this little piece. We gotta go jump on it. I ain't even gonna mess with it. Come back around, jump and lock this one in place. And that'll open these little vents down here in this floor. You'll get some airflow. So, what you want to do is, you want to jump and glide, like hold your wings like you're gliding, and it'll push you up. You can descend slowly or fast or whatever you want to do so you can look. Like this. I don't know what the hell that is. Hell, I've never actually been up here before. Oh, can I not even T-pose through there? I guess not. Okay, well that's weird. Somewhere I can go back alive. It's gotta be. Yep, right here. Alright, anyway. What you do is, though, you just want to hold your wings. And let it push you all the way up. Bang. Just like that. Right. Alright, so first things first. I like to do the bell puzzle first. Here you see we have bell. You can ring it. There's an opening right here. This leads straight over there. There's another bell down there, and the goal is to hit this bell and ring it, and get to the other bell and hit it and ring it before this one stops ringing. So, you gotta do this kind of quick. You wanna ring it, jump and fly across, keep going straight, and then ring the other bell as quick as you possibly can. Boom, shatters that glass. That's important. You'll see why in just a few minutes. So, if you look down here, you'll see this little piece in the wall. That's important too, and you'll see why in a minute. So after you break the glass, you want to come back through this door, and you'll come to another door. You just want to do it in order. Like, here's the first door, there will be another door up there around the corner. You just kind of go in order. But come through here. These guys are human too, but they are not as friendly as the other ones. They will attack you. So you go dead, come in here. Go back alive. Another block puzzle. So we took our Reaper, but that's okay because we got pipe in the wall. Got the Reaver back now, bitch. Oh. So, do you, motherfucker? You sure? Alright, so these puzzles, as you can see, they're on top of each other. So obviously, we want to find a ledge and push them off. Alright, as you can see, they got these holes in them, and there's holes in the wall. And what you gotta do is line them up to where they're supposed to go. Some of them got holes straight through, some of them got holes in the side, like in a T shape. They're all different. So what I like to do first is I like to find the ones that are all the way straight through and find where they go first. So like, this one goes here. So you flip it, make sure that the holes line up in the wall with the block. You put it where, damn it, you put it where it go. And again, like most other puzzles with the blocks, you'll hear them click when they're in the right place. Like that. This one's got 3. That'll be this one. And yes, you do want the hole in the front facing the hole in the front on the wall. So you want to line them up just like that. That was fucking weird. I don't know what that was. But anyway, line them up just like that. Boom, locked. What do we have here? This one's got one on the side and on the front, so we gotta find that. Right there. So where's the other hole at? Front. Right. So it is how it's supposed to be. You just want to push it over where it goes. just like that. And you'll see that one of these glass domes on the top of these odd looking things will bust. And that's the goal. We want to bust all four of those all four of those glass domes over those switches, because that's what they are. They're switches. Okay. Go back up. Just keep going along. You'll come across another door. Just like this. Again, I don't really kill the people unless they take damage from me. T-post through. Find another block puzzle. Very similar to the first one. Alright. So we need a block with this one's a little more complicated. But not really. So as you can see, this one's got one on the left in the front. This one needs one that bend the corner, so to speak. I hope you're following me here. So we want to face this to the wall, and the other one to the right, which it is. Alright, move this block out the way a little bit. Make sure it's lined up. It is. Boom. Now you need a block that's straight through. Right here. Click. Alright, so 2 blocks that are straight through right there. That one's simple enough. One more, that one's not straight through, that one's not straight through. This one is. Okay, so we're gonna flip it, line it up. Damn it. So back to what we were doing before we were so rudely interrupted. Anyway, we need one of those bendy boys, like I said. Well, really, we need 2 of them bendy boys. So this one won't. Just like that. One of the openings facing forward, and one of the openings facing right. Just like that. Then you got another one. This one you want an opening facing forward and one facing left, so it lines up with the holes. Just like that. So this is where the glass was. The reason busting the glass is important is because we're going to crank this lever, and that door that we seen earlier is going to open. Now, we're going to go dead immediately when we crank the crank. Reason being is when you go dead, everything stops moving and everything ceases to be like material. Nothing's material anymore. So that door will not close now. That door will stay open. Whereas, if you was to try to do this alive, that door will close before you can get here. So, you want to go up the left side first. We're going to go alive. Let me jump across here. Okay, so dead yourself. Undead yourself. Now we have blocks. So as you can see, blocks have patterns on them, per usual. These patterns are a little more difficult than the other ones. But what you want to do is flip this block like this. Get the legs right. You want to see which way the legs are facing, and you see there's some kind of a little snake creature at the bottom. You see its tail over here and the people, so you want to push it right here. Boom. See how that goes? Got another block here. Again, 3 legs and a serpent facing the right way. These probably go there. I'll flip it this way so it'll be the right way. There we go. Block here. Alright, so the snake's gonna be facing the right. So we gotta find his tail. What is this one? This one goes right here. Just like that. Need the one with the legs facing the left side. So I believe this one goes right there because of the hand at the top right, the demon hand. can see on that one, that demon's hand is kind of hanging down a little bit like that. And that's what's at the top right corner over here. So we're gonna push this right here. Yep, that'll bring down the rest of the blocks. Demon hand, right side. That one goes right here. Over here. Yep, that one goes right over there. Fish's tail is at the end. Fish, snake, whatever the fuck it is. Like this. This one should go right there. Yo, that leaves only one block. And I'm pretty sure we can figure out where and how it goes. I love this game. This is a great game, yo. This is another game that's very nostalgic for me, you know. Before they remastered it and I figured out they released it for the P4, I haven't played this game in a very, very long time. And yeah, this is a great addition. Come through, get this stamina build. Just like that. We need one more to increase our max. Alright, now that we've done that, we'll come back through here, re-alive ourselves. Spin that lever, come through here. Jump over this dude, just run around him, run to the top. This area can be a bit tricky, just follow my footsteps. And boom. Here you'll see we found the switches. with the domes. We can't do nothing with them yet. So we need to go through here. Oh, I'm not in full health. Yeah, that soul right there I will be. Cool. So we're gonna go left first. You just want to follow these little pipes around. You'll come. We're gonna kill these guys just to get them out of our way. He's fucking me up. Damn, sent me back to the spirit room. Is there somewhere I can alive myself right here? I don't think so. Damn, this ass really just did me. Did me dirty for real. So yeah, that's what happens if you lose all your health. You just go back spectral. And then if you lose all your health in spectral, you go back to the beginning. Anyway, so these little things right here, you can open them. There's a specific order that you're supposed to have them open. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I know that only 2 of them are supposed to be open, so just open them 2 at a time until you figure out the code. Okay, we got it first try. So yeah, 2 of them are supposed to be open. Just try different combinations of 2 until you find which one it is. You just go. You want to keep going and just go to the other side. Do the same thing. Again, I don't remember which ones are supposed to be open, but we're going to try them until we figure it out. Again, first try. Let's go. So yeah, they're both right beside each other, the ones that you're supposed to have open. Now we have all 4 domes broke off of the switches, so we can go. Come back here, re-dead yourself. So we gotta be alive to do this, obviously, so we gotta pick these things up. So come around here, we'll find a little conduit right here. Turn around and go back. Come to these switches. Now, with these switches, you wanna just like that. Spin all 4 of them. It'll open the vent floor. Just like the first time that we had the vent floor. You want to let it carry us. Now, you'll see you got pipes here. We're gonna want to float over there. We're gonna want to creep, kind of knock these bitches right here over, just like this. This is very, very important. Do not forget to do this part. Because if you do, this shit's not gonna work. So connect the pipes just like that. Is there any other pipes right here to connect, or is that all of them? I think that's it. Yep. I'm gonna fly to right here. So the walkway, come down here. So these little things right here. These rock pillars are blocking your path. So let's go ahead and take care of these assholes. Or not. Anyway, you want to spin these switches. Just like this. That'll move one out the way. Spin the other one. That was fucking weird. Anyway, now your path's open. When you spin both those, it opens the path for you. So, you're gonna want to jump up here, jump up here. Go dead. Jump, jump, bang. Wait a second. Remember, you gotta push these pipes. You gotta fix the pipes and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm good in here, okay. So yeah, just keep going straight down here through the opening that you opened. Come to this room here. Jump up here, jump up here. You wanna go here. Alive yourself. You see this bell right here, smack it. That'll make all the enemies that are up here fall to the ground. You can get up here easier. Go up here. Okay. So as you can see, there's a little knob up there. We'll get to that knob. But now we want to go up here. Alright, so go up here. You can see the pipe right there that we have to knock down. Ooh. Try again. Up here. Boom. Push it over. Just like that there. Alright. Now, when you do that, you want to keep running up the pipe. You're going to come to this knob. Turn that knob. Boom. I think that is it in this room. Knock the pipe over and all, so yep. So we should be good here. You can leave this room. Get some health because we're getting pretty low. Alright, so we're back here. Go ahead and take these guys out. So they're not a hindrance. Anyway, you want to take this block, you want to pull it over here where this knob is so you can get to it. Right here. Just like that. Spin this knob. Just like that. Nope. We'll have to take the block. Use the block to get out of here too. Just like that. I don't think there's a pipe up here that we gotta knock over, is there? Let's make sure real quick before we leave. No. Alright. Dead yourself, T-pose through. Come back to this room here. This way. Yep. So come back to the room where the pedestal, the stones were. Jump up here. Use your wings to float. What the hell? Come on, bro. Do I gotta close these bitches? Are you serious? What the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. Yo. Come on, son. Alright. Oh. I don't understand. remember. That's okay. I think we're just gonna call it a night here anyway. Oh, I don't feel that great. I'm getting pretty tired. But it's okay. We're gonna continue this game later. So what we'll do is we'll save the 2 spot. There we go. Hell yeah, though. That was a great beginning to an awesome game. We'll continue this later on. I hope everyone enjoys this game as we continue to play through it. And yeah, it's lit, bro.